Hello, this is Wendy.
Madam Ana Algabre-Hernandez, writing and painting the Filipino story.
Mahal kita, Pilipinas, 10 ng iyong kahinaan at lakas, ng iyong tagumpay at lumbay, ng iyong nakaraan at kasalukuyan. Mahal kita, Pilipinas, pangakong laban na hindi bibitaw. Ilalantad ang nagkukubling halimaw, itatanggol ang kaban na inaagaw. Mahal kita, Pilipinas. Lilingapin ko ang liwanag sa dilim na sumusunggab. Kaakibat ang sigaw, nakapara ng batingaw, nakaibat halay may basbas. Nang sa gayon ay walang pagal, ang hiyaw na aalingaw-ngaw. Lilikha, gagawa, pipigkas. Para sa iyo, Pilipinas. Hanggang bukang liwayway ay muli at muling mapukaw. Mahal kita, Pilipinas. Ngayon, bukas, at matapos pa ang bukas.
Good evening! It's that day of the week again. It's a Saturday, so it's Chat Time with Wendy. As always, thank you very much to all of you who have been waiting and always watching. Dating gawe, I'd like to acknowledge yung mga nauna na dito, and I'm sure there will be more later. So Yun Nim, thank you. Shimbili, this is a new name. Thank you very much. Chris Tabamo, Jenny, Flor, Rochelle, Applejoy, Antoinette, Applejoy, Banscoat, yes. Lalian, hello. William, Rochelle, Chinkai, Applejoy again, Yunjunim. Yunjunim is already saying, I love the poem, very patriotic. Ayan. So I know you are excited to know and to see and hear and listen to our guest tonight, as I am excited. In fact, I think, and I've told her this is my most ambitious invite because, well, she's Madam Ana Algabre-Hernandez, and I think it's very apt to have her tonight as the end of our Women's Month celebration. The first time I saw her and hear her was also in the Women's Month celebration hosted by the Philippine Embassy here in Seoul. And that's when I saw her personality, her eloquence, and her wit. And I was actually a little bit worried if she will accept, but she graciously accepted this invite, as she had graciously accepted my invite 2 years ago for an interview for an article for Korea.net. So Miss Ana is beautiful, but that's beyond already her. That's beyond to describe her already, because she's more than that. She graduated cum laude with an AB Behavioral Science degree from the University of Santo Tomas. And right after, she was hired as a flight attendant by Cathay Pacific. She rose from the ranks until she became an in-flight service manager. That was when she was holding that position when she lovingly gave up her career to support our ambassador Raul Hernandez. From then on, she became a diplomatic spouse. That's why our title today is Diplo-Spouse. But more than being a Diplo-Spouse, we will hear tonight how she transitioned from being an independent career woman to being a diplomatic spouse, how she did her responsibilities as a diplomatic spouse, and at the same time, this is very important, at the same time, how she retained her individuality through her writings, her poetry, and her painting. So, friends, let us all welcome Madam Ana Algabre-Hernandez.
Hello! Good evening. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much, Wendy. That was such a nice introduction. Iniisip ko, iba na yata ini-introduce mo.
That's only for you. That's only you.
It's so nice. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to be here. And I know that a lot of our kababayans in Korea are watching. So, hello po sa inyong lahat. Keep safe. It's so really, really nice to be connected with you again.
Thank you, Miss Ana. Meron dito, I'll show you. Apple Joy said, me, beauty and brain. Friends, I may not be able to put all your comments, lalo na yung mga prior comments, ha? Ang ganda. Oh, thank you. And then, Apple Joy, good evening, Miss Ana. Meron akong nakita na this one. I don't know if you can see now. Hi, Mami Wendy. Ganda po ng necklace ninyo. Of course. This was given by a very special person. That's why I wore this. Thank you, Miss Ana. Miss Ana, okay, let's move on to, kasi madami tayong pag-uusapan and 1 hour will not be enough. So let's control this. Miss Ana, when I invited you and I told you that the title would be Diplo-Spouse, how did you feel about it?
Yung totoo, I was really charmed. I was thrilled with the idea, kasi it made me remember my younger days as a Diplo spouse. And in the process of remembering, I felt thankful. Kasi then I look back and I realized na I should be thankful kasi with being a Diplo spouse to a career diplomat, I am given wider and bigger opportunities to promote our Philippines and the Filipino story in my little way. I am also thankful for the experience in this chunk of my life. I called it actually a privileged experience kasi not everyone who wished or wanted may not have the privilege of experiencing it. So, that process of remembering also made me realize that being a Diplo spouse is really one of the many hats earned through the years. Of course, I am aware that there are stereotyping and notions about the status of diplomat that are limited to just being well-heeled or that well-heeled
Yeah.
women. But I know my truth and I take pride in being one. I also feel that through the years, I actually earned the very essence of being a Diplo spouse. And truth to tell, no one, not even myself, no matter what the circumstances may be now and in the future, no one can actually take it or deny it from me. So really, I take pride in being a Diplo spouse.
Yeah, actually, I was worried if you will take offense with the word Diplo spouse because it might, downgrade some of your achievements. But I am happy that you took it positively, and that's exactly the reason why we are having this conversation tonight to show that being a diplomatic spouse and being supportive of your husband is more than just having, throwing parties or entertaining other diplomats, other diplo spouses. Can we go back to when you were younger, much, much younger? You graduated cum laude from UST, and then from you moved up the ranks of your airline industry career. Was it hard for you to give up that independence and that career to follow the ambassador?
Okay, it was hard to give up, but the decision to do it was not hard at all. Kasi when my husband joined the foreign service, it was sort of given like a fair. You see, with my husband's assignments overseas, other than Hong Kong, which was where I was based during that time, it was in Hong Kong that, of course, I was happily building up a career. I knew that the time to give up my career will actually happen sooner or later. My husband and I, of course, we do our best to hold on to my career, for it is something that I love. He knows that.
and the travel benefits are extended to my family. Relatable talaga yung hashtag ng Cathay Pacific na life well traveled. Kasi my job in the airlines,
Uh-huh.
no, it has contributed and facilitated for me and for my family a life well traveled. And again, for that, I am very, very thankful. Ang maganda pa dito, the benefit for me and for my husband is lifetime. So, okay. So, it was not really a difficult decision because I chose to give it up when I saw the need for my presence. During the time that I was with the airline, it got to a point that my children and including my husband, sorry, okay, and including my husband would cry whenever I leave for work.
All
Uh,
right.
I illustrated it in my book, Binibining Stewardess. Yung life
Yes.
is light, but my heart is very heavy. In fact, overweight, ganon. So generally, it was not really a hard decision. Yung implementation lang, we tried to delay it. That was the difficult part na rin. But knowing my priorities, certainly I chose my family. So it wasn't hard in that regard.
Yeah, we have a viewer who said, si Rochelle, she used to work here in Korea. Naabutan ko pa na ambassador husband ni Miss Ana, na si Sir Raul Ambassador, bago ako umuwi. At nakapag-attend sa mga program sa migrant dati sa Korea. So I'm sure you have seen Madam Ana in one of those events. But Miss Ana, ganito, when you gave up that career,
Mhm.
as you've mentioned, medyo it was not easy for your husband and the children then, lalo they were growing up. When you gave that up, did you already have in mind to write your book? Friends, Miss Ana is an author of two books, Binibining Stewardess,
I forgot.
here,
Okay, thank you, Miss Wendy. You're so kind and very.
and then Welcome Aboard. I'm so happy to have a autographed copy of these books, of these two books. Thank you, Miss Anna. So my question is, when you got out of the service of the airline industry, did you already have that in mind to write, or did this inspiration came at a later time when you were already, settled as a diplomatic spouse?
Your question reminds me of what si George Bernard Shaw sa kanyang stage play na Man and the Superman. Sabi niya, there's a line there that says, those who can do, those who can, they do, those who can't, they teach. Dagdagan ko lang,
Okay.
ako ng those who cannot teach, they write. Kasi actually, in my CV, you will find that what I cannot do anymore, I taught it. I was teaching in Vancouver during that time. And
Yes.
afterwards, since I cannot teach it anymore, I decided to write it.
Oh, that's nice. Kasi, it takes a lot of time and concentration and focus to write something like this. And friends, when I read this, it's like this is so witty. You can, because I've heard Miss Anna already spoke in front of the crowd, and it felt like I can hear your voice also in your book, Miss Anna. Yung humor, sometimes deprecating, self-deprecating humor mo andito sa book mo. So it took a lot of, I'm sure it took a lot of concentration and focus for you to write this. And that's so nice that during your time that you were already starting as a diplomatic spouse, or you were a diplomatic spouse, you did this.
Oo.
So,
Kasi sabay yan eh. It's actually for the inspiration there is really my airline experience. The entirety of the experience is really what inspired me to write those books. Kaya I know may mga kababayan tayo no na nandiyan sa Korea no. I would really encourage you to write a journal and you never know, eventually you'll be able to come up with a book. Uh, Nothing is impossible. So I certainly look forward to your mga witty anecdotes.
ayan, the inspiration to write. Kung sino ang may gusto dyan, ang may ambition to write. Me, it's really, I never made it a secret that I wanted to have my own book, to publish my own book. And I'm working on that. So hopefully, before I grow old.
Yeah,
Yes, Rowena, she's also an author. Rowena here saying, wow, author din siya. Yes, because I think I've been putting up in the teasers her paintings. Miss Anna, back to your being a diplomatic spouse, what are your responsibilities?
Of course, it is to support, no? To support the mission. Yung kasing mission ng embassy, madami naman yan, no? But first and foremost, na very familiar tayo, is the advancement of the interests of the Filipino people, especially overseas. Tapos, syempre, meron tayong mga economic aspect, political, hindi naman ako masyadong kasama sa mga ganon.
Yeah.
Except that we have to maintain, of course, a very good bilateral relations with the host country and multilateral na rin with the other countries. Pero yung ganyan, yung parang what are the obligations? For me kasi I respect yung work ng aking husband for any siguro kahit ano maging work ng asawa ko no as a foreign service officer because his work provides for our family too,
Yeah.
and because of that, I have respect for it, and I will happily comply above and beyond what is asked of me. And another thing that I have to remember: the wife of the ambassador is also a representative of the country. Tapos,
Yes.
yung mga meetings namin sa mga spouses of heads of mission, I remember we are always reminded what the great Carlos Romulo said, no, sa CPR. Sabi niya, an ambassador without a supportive spouse is like an eagle with clipped wings. He cannot soar into the blue sky. Kaya yes, my the things that I do is to support my husband in the activities that are best for the mission of the embassy. Dinagdagan pa nga namin yan ni husband eh. Sabi niya an ambassador daw without a wife um, may be able to fly with difficulty but not soar. Ganun. So he could fly but not soar.
Yeah,
So,
actually, we can attest to you doing beyond your responsibility. Uh, Unfortunately nga lang, parang for us, kasi for me ha, I was only able to get to see you at the latter part of the ambassador's work here or post here in Korea. But there was a good reason why, right?
yes, yes, yes. Um, hello?
Yes, there was a good reason why you
Mhm.
only attended or you became very active at the latter part. Catherine and Raphael, your children were still, in the Philippines, and more than being a spouse, you were a mother. You are a mother.
Yes, yes. Wendy, one moment ha. I don't know what happened. I lost. Okay. Biglang nawala yung buong screen.
All right, okay. But you're good here. We can see you very well.
Okay, teka. Nawawala siya. Ayun. Baka tinatamaan siya. Okay. Sorry. So you were asking. No, actually, contrary to what many people do not know, maybe it's most of the Filipinos are not aware. From the time we arrived in Korea, which was in 2014, I was already active. I was already an active supporter of the mission of the embassies, of course, supporting my husband. It's just that I was quiet on the quiet side, not on
All right.
so, and there were several events that I have hosted and led as well in order to promote our culture. Kaya lang hindi siya sa Filipino community.
Okay.
Because also it was very challenging when we first started because we had the personal circumstances of madami yung education ng mga bata, home renovations because we just had flooding. And then, unfortunately, we had a very serious illness in the family that led to the death of my father eventually in 2018. So, madami, and we just moved. Kaya, my time was so divided. I had to commute from Korea to the Philippines very, very often. And the little time that I have, I really have to do it in a way that I can maximize it, no? And unfortunately, there were so many Filipino events na for unintentionally, and my apologies
Yes.
that I was not able to attend. These are like small groups of hiking, maybe fiestas, festivals. Um, Surely they would have been so much fun, kaya lang hindi ako nakasama. So my apologies. But there were some activities na I was able to join naman, maski pa paano. For that, I am already I am already very, very thankful.
Yeah, meron tayong question, Miss Anna, from Paula. Did you ever feel out of place po kapag may mga formal gatherings po kayong ina-attendan with ambassador?
Hindi, during the time na he was already ambassador, no, never. Kasi I'm one of the traits that you must have, no. This is particularly a very good tip for those who are starting in the gig. Is that you have to be adaptable, you have to be flexible. Um, Plus and you know your place, you know your place and you know who you are, so don't ever forget that. For those who are new in the gig, don't ever forget that. No? Know your place but know who you are as well. um, with that, what I'm saying is allow your husband to shine, allow the people in
Yes.
the embassy to shine, allow the Filipino people abroad to shine. Kaya okay lang ako, nandiyan lang ako sa shadow, nandiyan lang ako sa likod. Allow the Filipino leaders in particular, or just the Filipino basically in the country where we are, to shine. So I am there to support not only my husband, not only the embassy, but of course because advancement to ng interest ng mga Filipinos, to support the Filipinos in general. So wala tayong ganyan. Tapos
That's very That's very, very nice, Miss Anna. Very insightful. Kasi you allow your husband to shine. You're just like the ultimate supporter of the ambassador, and you did very well. And the ambassador did very well in promoting the country and doing activities for the Filipino community here. And I'm sure he will not be able to do that if he doesn't have a peaceful family and a very supportive wife. So thank you very much for that.
we will leave that to him to confirm. But
um,
regards naman to gatherings that involve, let's say, the foreigners, the diplomatic corps in Korea or anywhere else, I've never felt out of place. Also because I owe it to Cathay. Cathay gave us beautiful training. We were equipped on how to socialize, how to handle, how to think on our feet. So, yon, may utang ako sa Cathay for that. My experience in Cathay um, put me in a very nice position to handle a lot of things.
yeah, I'm sure. And that's like 20 years of being in the airline industry. And being there, you've got to be a people person. You've got to be of service to the
Yes,
passengers.
that's true.
And you've mentioned about your dad in 2018 because he's a big influence in your life, right? Because he himself is a painter and a sculptor.
Yes, yes. Yeah, actually, I grew up with art in my life. Yun nga, kasi nga my dad was a painter and a sculptor. And my mother naman, she makes beautiful dresses, before the time of RTWs, the boom of RTWs. Um, yun. Yung youngest sister ko naman, she's also a dentist. Although oh no, she's a painter, pero by profession, she is a dentist. Yung style ng dad ko, my dad's style in painting is really, really different from my style.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was alive, we used to talk about our signatures as artists. And I agree with him. As an artist, our signature will lie in our strokes, color, and images. Kaya if you notice, hindi ako nangungopia. Siguro kasi hindi rin ako magaling mangopya, no? That's another thing. But I want to stick to my signature in my art. Yun.
Yeah, actually, I did notice, and I'm sure everyone has noticed that your painting is very distinct. Your strokes, your colors, very colorful. You have like I'm not an artist, but it's very very distinct. We can see that this painting is really an Ana Algabre painting. Did you have training, formal training, or it came out as that is your own style? Naturally came out as your own style.
This skill, I had someone teach me. His name is Andy Abu Urag. Sayang, hindi ko siya nasabihan na meron ganito. Para narinig niya yung pangalan niya. And of course, my dad taught me.
Uh-huh.
But that's something that can be taught, ano? Pero yung creativity or the kind of style would probably that's gonna come out from you because, as I say, every artwork is actually a byproduct of the artist's imagination. And nandun na yung lahat ng elements ng failure and triumph, disturbances and peace, um, the beauty and the beasts. All of these are capitalized in an artwork. So that's why pag ako nakakatapos, the birthing of an artwork for me is really a catharsis experience na parang ang sarap naman, ang sarap nakakita ng mga ganito. Ganon. So I
Yes.
basically don't have a favorite. I like all my art because I don't stop until I'm quite satisfied with the kind of art that I have.
Yes, friends, you also got to know. I think some of you have read the article. Miss Anna has donated some of her paintings here in Korea. And also when they left Ankara, she donated one of her paintings at the National Library.
Yes, yes. At the it's the presidential library in Ankara.
Yeah, so it's like really leaving the country, your diplomatic post with a big bang. Miss Anna, can we talk about your series? Because Miss Anna here, she paints
Mm.
with, she has categories, she has a series for her paintings. So, because Miss Anna, as I've mentioned somewhere in my Facebook page, I think, she paints the Filipino story. And her poetry also is that of a Filipino story. Can we talk about your Cordillera series
Ah,
first?
sige, sige, sige. Okay. Yung sa Cordillera series, you will find that although yung iba nakadamit na, no, but some of them are just simply half cloth, especially this one, for example. She's a half cloth woman from waist below and usually carrying a jar. Pero nonetheless, they appear to be at ease and confident in their stand as they trod a path on a hill amidst usually yellow and orange sky. Yung idea ko dyan, the load that is head carried is symbolic of the burden, the challenge and responsibility that women juggle with and endure. Yung stance niya of confidence and ease is how I present my appreciation on the God-given strength of the woman and her ability to carry loads gracefully and confidently. Diba? Alam natin yan. So
Yeah.
ngayon, madami din nagtatanong sa akin, bakit masyadong sexy? Well, as an
Yes.
as an artist, I paint images that are unapologetically curvaceous. Ano, yan ang term ko. I don't apologize for it. Kasi yung big hips niya, for me, transcends symbolisms of birthing and fertility. It is beyond that. Her shape extends actually to her ability to nurture and transform like a mother would, Because as a woman, I believe in embracing one's curves, bulges, and imperfections so that as an artist, I remain unpretentious and I don't limit myself to what society may dictate on the standards of physical beauty na
Yeah.
too wide, too narrow, too fat, too thin, too tall, too short, ganyan. So some people would ask me, but women come in different shapes. Exactly, that's exactly my point. I mean, why discriminate also on the tall and slim? But this is
Right.
although this is the kind of art that I have at the moment, once I've mastered this, I am so eager and looking forward to explore on the other shapes of women. Kaya lang, ito pa lang yung alam ko at gusto kong ma-master ko muna before I move to another kind of shape.
Yeah. Yeah, this body shape is all there.
Oo nga eh.
This is the kind of woman, this is the kind of body that's in your paintings. But I think this is what makes it very you, very, this is Madame Ana Algabre's painting, no one else's, right?
Oo nga, salamat po, salamat po. And that's what we want to happen. Tapos usually yung aking mga paintings for the Cordillera series are set in an environment na parang walang mall, no? Walang mall. But
Uh-huh.
now so it is unaltered by materialism and no consumerism. Tapos why are they naked? For me, yung upper nakedness niya symbolizes her simplicity. And Even
Okay.
the other one there, her simplicity and of course the integrity of a woman. And
Mm-hmm.
the Cordillera series uh, are also paintings that are in harmony with nature. Yung man, ang pakikiisa ng tao sa kanyang kalikasan. Ganun yung, that's how my paintings for the Cordillera
Ye-
series are. And lastly,
yes.
you will also
See,
find go.
There was just a comment here. Lakas maka women empowerment yung paintings.
Oh, salamat. That's what we want to evoke, actually. The Cordillera series are meant to evoke women empowerment. Talino natin, girl. Way to go. Way to go. Tapos, you will also find that the Cordillera series, the sky is either yellow or orange ang tone niya. Because
Uh-huh.
I was reading an article and it says there na kasi I was a flight attendant before, so I'd go from one place to another. Where in that place, uh, we are so jet lagged, and sometimes we'd wake up. It happened to me in Vancouver. I'd wake up, and I don't know, is it ano ba to? Is it madaling araw, or is it the other time? The other kind I forget. Is it dusk or dawn? Yan.
You have a poem,
Oh,
Dusk or
oh,
Dawn. I remember that.
that's how I came up with the no with the
This
idea
one.
of the color of the skies. I will leave it to the viewer's interpretation whether it is dusk or dawn. But basically the point says na it does not matter whether it is dusk or dawn, even in your life. Kasi one is always a promise of the other. Kapag may dusk, may darating na. Pag may bukang liwayway, may darating na takip silim. Pag may takip silim, may darating na bukang liwayway.
Yes, it beautifully written. For each is a promise of the other, be it dusk or dawn.
Yes, yes. So wag
Oh,
natin
thank you.
kalimutan yan, when we are sad, don't forget. It's gonna be fine the next day. Ganun lang
Yeah.
naman.
Yeah, thank you for these words, Miss Anna. Let's move on. Friends, we really would love to talk more about these paintings, but there's more. There's another series here, and it's called the Christmas series.
Yes, yes.
The Christmas series for a while
Right, right. Oo.
here.
I know the Christmas series, no? This is a fusion of Christian and Muslim culture. Kasi it's like this, the floral dance, I'm not sure if we have audience from the Bulacan region in particular. Yung
Anyone from Bulacan, please just put right in here.
because I believe from my reading that the Bulaklakan dance or the floral garland dance emanated from the Bulacan province, no? And that dance is actually a Philippine folk dance that is offered to the Virgin Mary. Now, if you look at the skirt naman of the ladies, the colors and the strokes are reminiscent of the sari manok. What is the
Mm-hmm.
sari manok naman? The sari manok is the legendary bird of the Maranao people from Muslim Mindanao. Sari means varied, and for me, that one symbolizes diversity. Of course, we all know manok is chicken. So that is how I came up with the concept of combining Christian and Muslim culture, and I called it my Christmas art.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, those look at those colors and look at those graceful yung strokes niya, yung skirts. This one also, Miss Anna, yung ano,
Yes, also in the Christmas art,
yung
the
still part.
by the way, the first these two ones are owned by Ambassador Raul. He doesn't want me to sell any of those even for charity. He wants to keep them.
Oh, anything special that he can relate it, he can relate it with because meron ka ding isang painting before that he loves so much but I think
I
you left
know.
it here in the Philippine
Yeah.
office here.
I know. Not the one. Yeah, with another. Yeah, that's right. The other one that we most because when I donate, I would tell my husband when I donate, I want to donate something that I like. So I want to give something that I like also. So if I find it difficult to part with that item, the more that I part, the more that I part with it, the more that I feel na, siguro ito, maganda nga ito kasi ko ako nagagandahan. So baka magandahan din sila.
Yeah. Tapos, eto, we have another one. This is purple
Deeper.
and yellow
Yes, yes. When
or
I
orange.
it's actually gold and bronze and yellow mix
Oh,
kasi
okay.
mix the palette so iba-iba na yung lumalabas. Sometimes may red, ganyan. But this was inspired by our room, medyo personal to, our room in Ankara.
Oh,
Because, we don't own a residence there, so we find residences, right? So we got into a room na ang color niya purple. Plus, I have a very good friend who loves purple. Sabi ko, teka muna, medyo bakante itong room na to, makagawa nga ng painting. Just, for the time being that we are there. So, it came about.
wow. Parang me, if I want something in the wall, I have to buy. But you create. Si Lalien saying, wow, this artwork is so enthralling. Lalien, you can see this is purple. So BTS, she's an army.
Oh,
All right, the next one is alam mo video pala ito, Miss Ana, yung
sorry
hindi siya. All right.
Good
Um
naman siya. 2 seconds. Yeah.
yeah, it's a 2-second video. But this is also like anong palette, anong color nito?
Which one?
The last one, yung blue and yung
Yeah.
video.
It's basically blue. Blue and then, mix it with, para lang may mga accent siya para magkaroon ng yung mga elements ng artwork na light, etc. So, meron sa white, may bronze, may gold, may yellow, may orange din sa palette. Saka may green yata and turquoise. Actually, marami. Yun ang nakakatuwa sa painting. That's one thing that I like about painting, no? When you look at it, there's actually many, many things that went on in the making, in the process of creating an artwork. A lot of things happened in there.
Sometimes it comes out the way you first envisioned it, or sometimes it comes out differently as you go along.
Yes, yes. There's this guy, his name is Bob Ross, no? Sabi niya, sa kanya yung term na happy accidents. In painting,
Uh-huh.
there are happy accidents always. Kasi minsan, nadampot mong brush has already loaded some paints on it, and then when you put it there, wow, this is so nice. Tapos tutuloy mo na pala. Yun.
Oo. Miss Ana, meron pa yung isa mo pang series which I am really looking forward to. Ito yung iyong woman series.
Right. Okay. Woman series. Yeah.
I'm just getting this
While
one,
you're
I think. This one.
ah,
Uh,
yes. That one
ito
is
yung perform.
yes.
Yes,
Tanghalan.
please.
Yes, they're all women series, no? Those Tanghalan and the others, Unafraid, mga ganyan. They all pertain to women. Basically, ano sila it's what I'm trying to come up with there would be the emotion of women. For example, in Tanghalan, ano, it's like because it's COVID, it's that worry. Do I have audience or I don't or no audience at all? Tapos the other one naman that I did, you have the other paintings. I will explain to you the emotions that I have. But although perfect sana, the audience na lang will will allow it to evoke the emotion for them.
Yeah. Pero Miss Ana, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong ha, ito, this painting, did you make it? I'm just relying on my memory. Did you make it during, recently lang sa quarantine about, performing arts? But
Yes,
there's a
actually,
limitation.
right. Those were done were which one na ba? This was painted in Ankara. When I was in
Mm.
Ankara, that was when I painted it. The other one, because I did something similar for the binilisan ko in January. I think this was the one that I did for the show Canvas and Letters in Mind. I'm not so sure no or baka another one similar lang.
Uh-huh.
Similar, yeah. The other one naman, yung painting na pinakita mo, yan, that one
Yeah.
naman. Yung parang stage fright naman yung idea dyan, you know. Certain
Ah,
I'm trying to elicit certain emotions. And because it's COVID, parang before, you don't want stage fright, ano? But as a performer and you're not able to perform, you actually miss that sensation. You actually miss that feeling. You know, because
okay.
artists really must create, they must deliver, and they must perform. Talagang lalabas yan eh.
Yeah. Friends, Miss Anna has an Instagram page where she also updates her art and the happenings in her, in her life. You might want to check it out because iba pa rin if you personally will be able to read her thoughts with her paintings. Ako kasi I'm just relying on my memory, but I'm not sure kasi madami na akong nasusubaybayan na posts ni Miss Anna, so I might mix up things. And then another one sa series na to, Miss Anna, this one,
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, that one
mm,
I titled it "Unafraid." It was also painted when I was
Unafraid.
oh, Unafraid. Kasi hinahabol ko sana siya sa women empowerment because a lot of women, madami tayong cases of violence, no, and etc. And they are too scared to get out of their situation. Um, because parang sabi nga nila, they're too afraid to rock the boat. And
Uh-huh.
if they rock the boat, they're afraid that they might fall. And if they fall, they are afraid that the water might be too cold or that they probably don't know how to swim. Ganun yung mga ideas natin ng pagiging mga takot na women, no? So, um, I made this painting with uh, hoping that women would remember it, that they have to be unafraid. Sometimes you really have to go and do what you have to do.
Yeah, and
You have a
you're
choice.
brave.
Yes, you have a choice and you're not stuck with your situation. If it's a bad situation, no, you have a choice. So be unafraid.
Beautiful message, my dear friends. And uh, paano mo pa may papakita yung being unafraid mo, but, being in your most naked self.
That's right.
Be out there and, this is me. I'm unafraid.
Yes,
All
yes.
of me.
Yes. Actually, nung
And,
ginagawa ko, yeah, every painting kasi parang may kwentong binubuo yung artist eh. So that is also one of the stories that I have in mind that this is her, this is her, no? This is all of her. And she's naked. Pwede siyang financially deprived eh. Maybe she doesn't have money. Maybe she's
mhm.
not, ganun nga, maybe she's financially deprived. And sometimes they think that I'm not financially capable, so I cannot get out of my situation. Or sometimes they think na I don't know what's out there. Just like this painting, no? Kung titignan mo siya, madilim yung haharapin niya eh. She's not even
Uh-huh.
sure, no? Is it going to be a deep water or is it going to be ano? Pero just go. If you are in a bad situation, do something about it. You always have a choice.
Right. I remember tuloy yung video that we showed, Canvas in Mind, where you said that you paint the reality.
Yes, yes, uh-huh.
Hindi, I cannot say it verbatim, but it has a line like that. So, yeah, this is a
I
reality for other women who are in the situation where you just illustrated.
Yes. Yeah. So be brave. Be
Yeah,
brave.
be brave. But,
Be
but,
brave. Of course, you should know where you are. What are your options but the very first thing to say is if you're afraid, if you're a coward, then nothing can happen. So there are things na when you are really in a bad situation, you just have to take some risks sometimes. And what you
Yeah,
think,
because you'll never know. You'll never know if you don't take risks. You'll just be stuck in there.
that's right, yeah.
Miss Anna, this just won in an art competition, online gallery, something. You got an
Yeah.
award for this.
Salamat po. Yes, it won in the Contemporary Art Gallery online, all women competition, all women theme. So that one also painted in Ankara. I was thinking, ang title niya is The Bare Necessities in My Wardrobe. Kasi totoo naman, that's all that we need. And just to make it fun, nilagyan ko kasi siya ng masks. Kasi yan ang kailangan naman.
Yes.
Nowadays it's what we need, the face masks. And it's the message is you have to have a responsible sense in your fashion, it's also my way of encouraging people to put on a mask because you might be asymptomatic and might be putting someone else's life at risk.
Yeah, beautiful. It's this is just really, really beautiful. This is just so real. Lalo na when I learned the title, The Bare Necessities, I loved it.
Yeah.
Miss Anna, can we move on to the other series?
Oh,
The
sure.
Iwatawat series.
Yes, yes. Iwatawat Mo, okay. The Iwatawat Mo series is actually an advocacy for me. Ang gusto ko sana, ibandila mo.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
The Philippine flag is a symbol of our country. It is our most cherished symbol, di ba? It is a symbol of freedom, love for country, sense of nationhood, and identity. And
Yes.
when I was in Turkey, I noticed that a lot of them, they always have flags in their homes. They have flag. Marami. The Turkish flag is so visible, and that is something that I find so admirable about the Turkish people. So it got into me, sana ganon din tayo, we show our love because the flag actually evokes patriotism, love for
Yes.
country. If all of us really have genuine love for country, we will not have corruption. We will not have graft. The money that is meant to improve our country will be put to that project, not for someone else or for something else. If only we have love for country. So, ibandila natin, iwatawat mo, and hopefully we can inspire other people to develop that genuine love for their country and for the countrymen.
Yes, yes. Especially now, especially these days when we are all clamoring for the vaccine. Miss Anna will not go political, but I want to acknowledge Edmond Andrada. Edmond Andrada is an artist based in Baguio.
Hmm.
He's saying, when I see the painting, it's very meaningful, great artworks. Thank you. It means a lot, Edmond. He has a YouTube channel where he has his arts. Sometimes nag-ano pa nga siya eh. One time nag-live stream pa yata siya doing his art and all those details. Of course, it's a different style then. But very, very excellent strokes, details yung kay Edmond Andrada. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. From one artist to another, napaka-meaningful po niyan. Thank you so much. And I hope to get to work with you one time. Maybe we can collaborate. Thank you so much, Ed. Thank you.
It's so nice to hear that one and to see both. I hope you'll be connected. This one, Miss Anna, is so vivid. The flag is so big, and then Miss Anna, whenever I see a white gown, I think of you
Oh, okay.
because of your clothes, of your gowns, dresses, pantsuits in the you know events that I see you in.
Yeah. Okay, I don't deny. I really have attention for white color. I love white color for some reason. White, blue, I love them. Actually, itong mga ito, also, I was thinking, sige, if I cannot I cannot market it to a household, no? When I say market, I don't mean to sell it, but I don't mean to sell it for financial gains, but to convince them to have the flag in their houses. Um, I was thinking of my plan is to actually have some offices, give it to them so that you can have the Philippine flag in your offices, which so far I've done pa lang naman in very few.
Yeah, actually, yung mga dinonate mo nga ng mga paintings are also very, very meaningful. Like, for example, yung dito sa Korea, it has the hanbok and the and the Filipino culture in the painting. So very meaningful and, a fusion of cultures. And this one is another type, another meaning.
Yes. Yeah, the ones in Korea, they belong to the Koreana series. And
Yeah.
I think you remember, I dedicate them to all the Filipino women, actually, particularly those who are paano bang term? Marriage migrant, tama ba? Marriage migrant
Yes.
women who are in Korea. Magaling idea ko kasi sa kanila eh. As I said, no, every artwork is really a byproduct of an artist's desire and aspiration. So it is my aspiration for them to be happy as they embrace, because I know that a lot of the a lot of the Filipinas has embraced the Korean culture already. So I want you
Yes.
to find happiness. I want you to find happiness, to delight in that, and to stay in love with your spouses, and to remember your commitment to your spouses. Oh, shout out to Shimbili. I know her.
Ah, okay. That's why she's a new name. Thank you.
She's a very beautiful woman inside out.
Thank you, and such an honor for you to be to be Miss Anna had a shout out for you. I'm sure you are very beautiful inside out. Miss Anna, yung sa ano mo, yung sa Koreana series mo, I really love the message there, and I'm sure the Filipino migrants, marriage migrants here appreciate that. I wish they would have a way of knowing more about the Koreana series. Um, Ayan, si Lalien is saying, marriage migrant here. Thanks po for keeping us in mind. What an honor po. Thank you.
The honor is mine.
Yes.
The honor is mine po. This is when I say na I really did not mind being a diplomatic spouse, because it was able to give me a wider and bigger opportunity to promote the Philippines, our Philippines, the Filipino story, and to be of help in order to enhance the image of the Philippine women. And if we can, inspire Philippine women, because I know how it is. I was an OFW myself, when I was so young. I joined Cathay, I went to Hong Kong, and that was in the wag na sabihin yung kanya. We did not. Anyway, yeah, so I was so homesick. And those were the times that we don't have the internet yet. Lucky for
Yes.
everyone, such a blessing for the technology. But before, we would buy this phone card, and they're so expensive. And at makakausap mo lang yung family mo for a very short time. So I've been through the challenges of an OFW, and basically me and my husband, we would say, no, we are actually OFWs. We're OFWs, just that we have to be strong, because the other kababayans are looking up to us for support. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to be firm and strong, um, for them, for our kababayans.
Yeah, your life experiences made it easier for you to relate to the
Yes,
experience of others.
yes,
Um,
yes.
if we go back to the Iwatawat series, there's this. Are they children? Are they mother and child? I think these are
No.
children, right?
Okay. No, not really. They're adults already. No, they're adults.
Okay.
But This is very symbolical, but I don't want to be political, no? Ito yung, if you look at the water, meron tayong rock dyan, no? Yan yung
Yes.
kalayaan. Yan yung, for me, yan ang interpretation ko ng pinaglalaban natin yung the fight for the territory. This is, mahirap sabihin, pero
Ah,
ganun na.
yeah. Okay. All right. I hope you get that, my dear friends. I hope you get what Miss Anna's saying. If she's not comfortable, um, verbalizing it.
Yeah, actually, symbolical siya ng Kalayaan, Kalayaan Islands.
Mm.
That and then we have our flag. Let's wave our flag there because we don't want to be
Yes.
bold.
Let's move on to the other one. This is so beautiful.
Okay. The this is actually the small one, which is my parang understudy ko to. And when it became big, I donated one to the newly opened Philippine Consulate General in Istanbul. So, ayun. Parang parang bagay siya sa mga gano'n, sa mga konsulado.
Oo. And such a beautiful way of leaving your legacy during your time there, while you're there, you're in your diplomatic post. Um, this is a mother and child.
Yes, this is a mother child. This will be one of the I'm starting to do these kinds of series to do with their to do with the Independence Day celebration. Pero yung theme niya, parang Canvas in Mind eh. Canvas in Mind series sila. Except that I have the flag there. So,
Yeah. Miss Anna, you these are really beautiful, beautiful paintings. And I remember you say before that this cannot be quantified or monetized or something because everything you work for, everything that you do, that you create is no, you don't put a monetary value on them. And I think that's the reason why you donated some of your paintings here in Korea. Did that inspiration come from the very start to donate, or it came out lang, just okay, I'll paint and I'll leave something behind.
ah,
How did it come about?
okay. Um, Paikutin ko muna yung sagot ko. there's a Latin translation of the Greek proverb, "Ars longa, vita brevis." Life is short and art is eternal. As
Life is short and art is eternal.
as I mentioned in Canvas and Letters when we had the event, while the artist dies and is forgotten, art stays and art endures. So yun, I find that with art, they have a purpose and stories to tell. So I shall continue to donate my paintings so that even the poor and the marginalized will enjoy my art. Kasi sana hindi mapanood to ng mga taga-munisipyo. No? I want to donate it to mga munisipyos. Kaya alam baka pumila
Oh,
na. Marami na
baka
akong
pumila.
baka masyado marami na yung magsabi na, oh, what about our munisipyo? Ganon. Pero
Yes.
because yun, because I want the common tao to be able to enjoy art kasi in the Philippines we have to change the notion na art is only for the elite, for only for those who can afford. No, art is for everybody. It is for everybody, for every soul. Art is for them, because also with my art, I want to evoke empowerment, the Iwatawat, patriotism, and the others goodwill. So yeah, so I've always had it, and every artist would like to because every artwork is a story, and every one of us would like our stories told. So having your painting displayed for me lang naman to, having my painting displayed or finding a home in other places is quite an honor for me kasi I'm able to relate my story through my artwork.
Yes, that's right, Miss Anna. I'm sure those who had the honor to get your painting will be very, very pleased with the stories behind your paintings, especially your individual paintings have stories to tell. And this is exactly what chat time with Wendy is all about, because I know everyone has a story to tell. Miss Anna, back to your being a diplomatic spouse
Mhm.
or to your diplomatic posts with Ambassador Raul. Is there any country that you're most fond of? Your favorite country, favorite posting?
Naku, if you use the word favorite, then Vancouver is a favorite. Almost everything is a favorite. Hong Kong also because I was able to maintain my career while my husband was vice consul in Hong Kong. He followed me, so he was the original trailing
Twin
spouse.
spouse, yes.
Because I remember off camera we discussed about it. I said, I'm just perplexed kasi about the trailing spouse. Kasi my husband naman was the first one to trail me.
Yes. That's
Anyway,
right. Love. In fact, you said that he uh, asked or he targeted the post in Hong Kong to be with you, right?
yes, 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 to follow. And because, well, originally for him, he was working with the private sector in Hong Kong. And then he decided to join the Foreign Service, to which they have to go back to Manila to do the cadetship training. So after that, they can request for a post to be assigned
Yes.
to. So he asked for Hong Kong, and funny enough, no, he was actually given Muna. He was told that no, we cannot give you Hong Kong. We'll give you Korea. So he was supposed to be so.
Mas nauna dapat.
Yeah, dapat Korea na yun eh. And then, we I don't know what happened. Maybe divine intervention or something. Then suddenly they were giving him Hong Kong, and he was so happy that he was given Hong Kong. So
And
that's why my son was born in Hong Kong also.
so I think the transition became easier because you were first together and then, parang naging gradual siya. Miss Anna, I know we will be there's just so much to hear from you for you to tell us, but I know we're getting a lot of your time. Any message this time? I think I we discussed about your message to new diplomatic spouses, but I guess we will not limit ourselves to that. You might want to have a message to the women out there.
Okay. Sige, o kahit na trailing spouses na in general, no? I just want to tell them that actually, pwede na din na yung marriage migrant trading spouse siya eh, because they follow their spouse to the country.
Uh-huh.
So I salute you for your dedication and sacrifices, no? But and you can embrace the culture or like na iba na. For the for if you are marriage migrant, you can embrace the culture, but do not lose your identity.
Yes.
And even for the trading spouses, please do not lose your identity. Don't ever forget where you came from. Don't forget your language too. Don't be embarrassed to speak your language or to teach your language to your kids. Continue to learn. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Continue to learn. You can probably learn the language or just continue to learn whatever it is that you can get your hands into and celebrate life every time that you're able to reinvent yourself. Because when you get to another country, then you may have to take another role. Uh,
Uh-huh.
like what happened to me. For example, I was in flight manager in Hong Kong, in Cathay, Hong Kong, and then I go to Vancouver, I become an instructor. Then I go to another place, I become nothing in terms of jobs, but I will do other things like I would write or anyway do other things or learn something. Learn the language also is something that I do in some of our posts. Yun, so it's very important you do not lose your identity. Now for and also, with training spouses kasi madaming ano yan eh, madaming challenges, no? Just remember to embrace and focus on the opportunities that come along with being immersed in the maybe in the expats world or with a different culture, or with the Filipino community. Embrace it and take it as a privilege, because then you are able to promote uh, your fellow Filipino women and the fellow Filipino, maybe here or abroad. So that is something that is quite significant for the trading spouses. For the ano naman, for the women, naging ano na yung aking message ngayon, naging masyado ng ano sa art. Um, for the women, do not, I'm not, how will I say it ba? Live with integrity, live
Mm-hmm.
truthfully, no? Live truthfully, so that you can fly high with a purpose. Because the
Yes.
explanation to this fly high with a purpose is for you to try to be excellent so that you can be the best version of yourself, not for yourself, but for others and for the glory of God, that you can inspire others. And when you do that, also remember my message, sabi ko, although I've said this many, many times, sabi ko, let art in your life and your life be your art.
Uh-huh.
Because as I've said a while ago, art endures, art stays. And sometimes you meet a person, you've met a person for just a few seconds and they become unforgettable because of how they made you feel. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Hindi naman yung kanyang napakaganda niya or that she speaks very nicely, that she's so articulate. But sometimes you remember them, you remember the feeling that they gave to you. So for
Yes.
whatever it is, please be good, be nice, and don't hurt anyone. Very, very
Yes.
important yun. Because God also favors those who do not hurt anybody, those who are kind to people. You will know that you are favored. So for whatever, and also for whatever circumstances that you're into, very, very important. Remember to be grateful, no? Try to find something that you can be thankful about. Before, I don't believe in these things, mga counter blessings daw. Mga problema ka na nga, counter blessings pa, ganyan.
Uh-huh.
And then, but it's true, when you count your blessings, then you switch. Because the soul, no, when you're hurt, the soul, it can heal. But it is the mind that you have to be very, very careful. Because the mind
Mm-hmm.
can go astray. Eh. So, controlling mo yung mind mo, think of all your blessings and have gratitude in your heart, and more blessings will come your way. So, to my fellow women, uh, I wish for you happiness. I wish for you gratitude, and many, many more. Many, many more. And Wendy, thank you so much for this opportunity. Really wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Anna, for all those beautiful words, beautiful messages. Friends, any takeaway from our chat time tonight, just put it in the regular comment section of the of this video. And I know from that I attended two of your speaking engagements. I took down notes. I took down notes because those are really very valuable insights from you. Miss Anna, there's a question here which will bring us to the last part of our chat. Um, do you do exhibits also and sell your paintings for a willing buyer?
Oh nga, no, good question. Okay, I've never done it, but yes, I will do it because it's for charity. In fact, we have a forthcoming exhibit. It's an Independence Day visual art exhibit that will happen in Angeles City. So this is the poster. It will run from June 12 up to June 30, and the proceeds will go to the Museo Ning Angeles. I was and this is quite this is quite a celebration for me because I was born and I was raised in Angeles City. So for the first exhibit that will benefit other people, yung pinaka-formal exhibit, full exhibit, uh, is done in Angeles. There's another one which will be kaya lang, because of the ECQs, no, that are looming.
Oh,
We're not sure kung matutuloy. But otherwise, there is one on April 24 at the Manila Hotel. It's not really my exhibit, but it's a project of a friend, and I was invited to have my artworks there and have them for sale. And the proceeds will go to that project of the event, which is for the building of a church in Lavansares, Samar. So um,
That's April 24.
April 24. But this one, the
This
Pinanari,
June.
yeah, this will be on June 12 up to June 30 in Angeles Museum. Pinanari, by the way, is a Kapampangan word for uh, bahaghari, for rainbow. So
Rainbow.
you
Ah,
must
learned a
imagine.
new word tonight.
I challenge you if you understand what Pinanari means. It is, it's rainbow, yes.
Kaya pala Trails of Hope because, there's always a rainbow at the end of the storm or something like that.
Yes, 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 yes. Ayun. So,
Ayan.
and congratulations pala to all our kababayans in Korea, because you will have a very capable and competent ambassador in the personality of Her Excellency Tess Dizon de Vega. He is a very, very good friend of ours from way back, from the early 1990s. You are all in good hands. And should Ambassador get to see this, congratulations, Ambassador. And I know you will do such a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you very much for letting us know a little bit about her. You have gone a long way and you know each other. And also, congratulations to your sister who had been recently appointed as ambassador, confirmed as ambassador to Turkey.
Oh, that's right. Salamat. It was just a happy coincidence for those who are curious. It was just a happy coincidence. We did not know that she's the one's going to be replaced, because yung mga ganyan naman, because both of them are career diplomats, you don't really know until you get confirmed which one
Yes.
must be confirmed.
Yeah, I actually heard her speech from your post that she uh, was from a contractual employee going up as a career diplomat.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. She was very humble sa sister, but yung contractual na yung maganda yung kanyang ginawa doon. Uh, she, they built the economic diplomacy unit when during the time of Romulo in the
Ah,
Department of
okay.
State. So, very humble lang siya. And ayun. And but yeah, I'll tell her.
Yeah, I think
One thing na if I nakakatuwa nga kami eh. If I learn how to speak Mandarin, she learned naman how to speak French. And she writes, she's very fluent. Advanced French na siya. Pero,
oh, oh
so,
wow. Parang diplomacy runs in your family aside from art.
ganun ba? Naku, baka lang naman. Coincidence lang naman. But I am very, very thankful. I see all this as blessings. I forget how my son is watching also. And my daughter will also watch. So hi Raf, hi Kat, and of course hi to my husband.
Hello, Ambassador. Hello, Raphael. How's your law school? Hello, Catherine, when you watch the replay. Thank you very much for sharing your mom with us tonight. Um, Miss Anna, before we end, I'd like to acknowledge si Catherine Kim, si Kat. You mentioned na kinarga mo siya before when you were here in Korea. This is Catherine's mom, si Kyla.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Oo, she's very, very dibo, very, very smart kid, and I am so happy for all the accomplishments of Catherine. Congratulations. She makes us very, very proud. Imagine, bata pa lang siya, ang dami na niyang accomplishments.
Very driven. Yeah, we were all looking forward na kasi she's now under a entertainment label eh. So, Miss Anna, I really would love to talk to you some more, but I'm sure they would love to listen to you some more, but I promised to keep this in control, the time in control. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much for telling us about your paintings, for taking the time to tell us about your paintings. Thank you very much. I'm sure there are viewers out there who are inspired by you. And this is what our episode is all about. Chat Time with Wendy is all about to inspire and to listen to other people's stories, such as yours. Thank you
Thank
so much.
thank you so much. It is very kind of you. And keep safe and hope to talk to you again next time. At
Thank you, Miss Ana.
to all our kababayan, salamat po. And ingat kayo, ingat. And God bless.
God bless and ingat din po kayo dyan. Bye!
Bye.
Bye and good night. See you again next week for another woman who will touch your heart again. All right. Bye.
Bye.